So I don't look him and these deltas. Look, this fire and ice connection. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Those Akas are our sisters. Those Zetas call us Mister. Those SG Rose, they won't leave us alone. We make the Delta Sigma Theta sing the Campbell Soup song. Good. A5. Good. She'll love it to the day she dies. That's all I can tell you, bro. Get your Delta, and you'll be happy.
What's up, everybody? We're honored today to have with us Cedric Washington. He's a University of Mississippi Hall of Fame graduate, New Upsilon initiate of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the greatest fraternity in the world, by the way. And he's just here to talk to us about everyday stuff today. So we're just gonna talk. So Cedric, man, what brings you back to little bitty Grenada, Mississippi?
Now, you know, holiday weekend, checking in with the fam, letting them see we're doing well, so just maintaining, catching up.
Man, look, we're honored to have you back. I never see you back unless it's something to do with the fraternity. So, like, look, man to man, like, why do so many great people from Mississippi end up leaving Mississippi?
Great question. I actually was reading an article saying about the great brain drain. That's what they're calling it. And I think what it comes down to is knowing your worth. And so, you know, a lot of people, once you go through school and you get all these degrees and you get this education, you get this experience, you understand your value, your time. And the current state leadership, when I say current, I mean over the last decade, they haven't really valued the worth that, you know, the great brains that Mississippi has.
I think that's interesting that you said that. One of the things I noticed, I was looking at like the Department of Labor Statistics for Mississippi, and I looked at how many jobs were allocated for people with a high school diploma or less in Mississippi, and how many weren't. So I looked at it, and I think about 30-something% were allocated for people without a high school diploma, and about another 30-something% were allocated for people with a high school diploma, which means that about 70% of the jobs in Mississippi are allocated for people with a high school diploma or less. That means they're creating jobs for people with a high school diploma. Exactly. It doesn't matter if 50-60% of us are graduating or anyone is graduating in this state with a diploma. There's not any jobs for you. So I can understand that somewhat, but what does it take to really get people to leave to come back and invest in this state, though?
Well, when you think about it, those, you know, that are really part of the great brain drain, they're in technical jobs, i.e. healthcare, for example. A really good friend of mine, actually, he's an attorney at one of the largest practices in the state. He's a partner. And he was tasked with finding out symptoms. And the biggest thing that he discovered was, for an economic driver to be substantial in Mississippi, we need to focus on health care. Then you have the Affordable Health Care Act that gets passed. You have a governor who refuses to expand Medicaid.
But, like, I think it's...
And if you expand Medicaid, you have more jobs.
Yeah.
You have jobs that people can live off of. You know, it's one thing to have minimum wage. It's another that you have a living wage. And so, tying it all back together, those who are part of the great brain drain, they'd rather work for a living wage than a minimum wage. You know, yes, our parents were great and content living off of $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 a year in a two-parent household. But now, the average car is $31,000.
Look, on a lighter note, man to man, of all the sororities out there, all right, you got Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Sigma Gamma Rho, Zeta Phi Beta, all right, which sorority do you think has the best quality woman?
Now,
For a man to man.
I gotta be real. I'm
boy.
biased. My wife is a Delta. Her mama's a Delta. So, I mean, man to man.
Man to man. If you could do it all over again, would it be a Delta?
I'm telling you, if you don't have a Delta at your house, you need to go get one tomorrow. Now, granted, they got more members than the Nation of Islam, so it's not gonna be hard finding one. All I can think about is
I like Zetas. I like Sigma Gamma. I don't discriminate. All right. So, but first, shout out to the first fam. So I don't look him and these Deltas, but this fire and ice connection, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Those Akas are our sisters. Those Zetas call us Mister. Those SG Rose, they won't leave us alone. We make the Delta Sigma Theta sing the Campbell Soup song. Good A5. Good. She'll love it to the day she dies. That's all I can tell you, bro. Get your Delta, and you'll be happy. I promise.
If she loved me like Campbell Soup, it might work out.
Man to man thing, man, we trying to do. And I got a couple questions I want to ask you.
What you got?
Well, I'm gonna hit you from where the streets been feeling. They got Chris Ellis. Chris Ellis, he was the commissioner. He was the one who all y'all went through when y'all got locked up down there in Parchman, Rankin County, all these different facilities around Mississippi. He was the one that were running the prison. But he was a brother. He was a brother that the governors, the last 3 governors, been using to keep us locked up. So guess what happened to him? They locked his black ass up. So tell me what you think happened with the brother. And I'm gonna tell you my aspect of it. See?
I mean, 19 years for one charge. One Fed charge is that. His hands was past dirty.
Mr. F stole a lot of money. He did a lot of inner trade with people not of our ethnicity. You know, he did contracts using state funded money, and he took the money and he let these people get these jobs with the government, and then he turned around and he took money from those people. He used money from those people to buy multi-million-dollar homes, nice Mercedes cars, and while he kept everybody else locked up, and the next governor come through, and the next governor come through. What I want to know, man, because you've been gone a long time, the next subject I want to talk to you about is what's going on out here in Grenada, and it's Lounge Drive subdivision, formerly Runda Textron, what else they call it, Grenada Stamping. They done called it numerous names since we, Rockwell, they done called it all kinds of stuff. If you don't know the story, they've been dumping chemicals in the water. A lot of people been getting sick, just to keep it simple and plain. A lot of people died. A lot of people
Cancer.
got illnesses. And they don't want to give a black person name because it's all black people. And I just want to know what's your aspect on it. Even though you don't live here anymore, you're in Atlanta doing your thing. How do you feel about the situation?
Man, it's sad. I mean, but it's real. You can't argue with the amount of people who, I mean, you got a neighborhood of 80 houses and 60 houses have been affected by cancer in some shape, form, or fashion. And the only common denominator is the water that they drinking and bathing in. I mean, then you flip it over to the plant like you were talking about, and all of our families have had somebody working in that plant. My granddaddy worked 35 years in that plant. 35 strong ones, and died of mesothelioma, which is basically where his heart just stopped beating.
Man, you know, my mama worked there for 12 years, and she been having lumps and all kind of stuff come up, and they told her she was not even in the lawsuit. She was not even in the lawsuit. So I like, how? And they never could explain about these lumps. But this was one thing that ticked me off. I read that the EPA inspectors and all that stuff like that that were there are now working for the companies that actually are in the lawsuit. So they got promoted, like all the people that was in government positions and stuff like that. They got multi-million-dollar jobs with this company now.
Because like Ted DiBiase told us a long time ago, everybody has a price, and she is now getting paid by the company to represent them, knowing what she knew as a state employee who was supposed to have been investigating the company.
So how can these people win as far as them in a small town America and they trying to voice their opinion and let people know what's going on with their community and how their community is dying slowly from something that's could been controlled a long time ago and could have been stopped a long time ago and could have been prevented a long time ago, but it's been swept under the rug because somebody's had their pocket greased and been promised a position to hire to take care of their family and kill other families.
They gotta get it in front of a jury. They can get it in front of 11 Mississippians who will understand that 60 out of 85 communities have been affected strongly. I mean, people dying, people that are with lifelong cancers. They have a true chance. But if not,